I have been watching and enjoying Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet Draft League content from some of the big YouTubers and figured I should create my own league, drawing inspiration from theirs. For those of you new to the concept, a Pokemon Draft League starts out in a pretty similar way to your fantasy football leagues that are just starting up, but coaches have more control of the outcomes. After drafting your team, you will battle the other coaches in an effort to make playoffs and fight for the right to be crowned champion. Let's break down my team for this year, the Littleroot Landsharks. My position in the snake draft was 4th out of 8, meaning I was right in the middle of the board. In my opinion, this is an alright spot to be, as I will be able to draft Pokemon of different calibers without landing too many back-to-back picks like spots 1 or 8. Also, at spot 4 I'm able to draft a true captain for my team to build around. For the Landsharks, this captain is going to be the King of OU, Great Tusk. While you probably expected this to be Garchomp, Great Tusk has one major benefit that Garchomp does not: Rapid Spin. Garchomp is fantastic in its own right, but there are a select few mons with this crucial move, as Defogged has left a ton of move pools, and hazard removal is incredibly useful in any battle. Great Tusk will be able to fill any role I want, as the stealth rocker for the team, as well as being able to pull off offensive sets with its excellent 131 base attack stat, with powerful stab moves in Earthquake, Headlong Rush, and Close Combat. It does suffer from 4 move syndrome though, in that there are many great moves in its arsenal, but it only can have 4 at a time. This does give a lot of flexibility with the remainder of the team though, as Great Tusk can easily cover weaknesses of other members. This powerful physical attacker requires a partner that is able to hit hard on the special side. For my second pick, I selected an Amarith. Having 2 immunities allows for a fantastic switching option into choiced opponents, as well as covering Great Tusk's grass weakness, with Tusk doing the same for Amarith's electric weakness. Amarith appreciates the rapid spinning of Tusk, as well as his ability to check common counters such as Heatran, King Gambit, and Galarian Slowking. However, these two share a common weakness that can be a true offensive threat: Ice. Ice is an interesting type as it can be difficult to find an actual threatening Ice-type Pokemon, but it's an extremely common coverage or Terra option that could surprise you on any turn. In order to defensively check this, my next pick would be a perennial OU staple in Rotom Wash. Its ability Levitate allows it to ignore ground-type moves from Pokemon without the Mold Breaker ability, with key resistances to Ice, Water, and Steel to help cover for my previous picks. It also has a great pivot option in Volt Switch to allow me to switch at the end of the turn and give myself valuable momentum. Being able to safely switch in a Pokemon is fantastic for offensive threats like my 4th pick, Palafin. Since Palafin has been banned to Ubers, I haven't been able to use him much and figured he'd be a fun addition to the team. After transforming into Hero Mode, Palafin's stats are insane, highlighted most notably by his 160 base attack. With access to priority in Jet Punch, as well as another pivot option in Flip Turn, and strong moves such as Wave Crash, Ice Punch, and Close Combat, Palafin is able to provide strong attacks at any time with Choice Band or Bulk Up sets. However, adding another Water type now means I have 3 Pokemon weak to Grass. Not the most common of attacks, but still something to be aware of. I'm also missing one of the most common draft roles, the Grounded Poison type. Enter Galarian Slowking, or Glowking for short. Glowking is able to fill so many roles on this team, from sponging special attacks, absorbing toxic spikes sent out by my opponents, and even providing another pivot option with the new Generation 9 move, Chilly Reception. This Pokemon has one of the best move pools in the game, and the ability to passively regain HP when switching out using the ability Regenerator, allowing for longevity the team was otherwise lacking. If we're going to be setting the snow with Chilly Reception anyway, why not utilize it? My next pick was Titan to add some more Gen 9 flair to the team, as well as being an insane sweeper late game. Titan has the ability Slush Rush, which doubles their speed in snow, as well as access to the move Belly Drum, cutting their HP by 50% but raising the attack to the max. Belly Drum is always a high-risk, high-reward scenario, but with the addition of a Snow Setter, it can be done a little more reliably with the new buff to Ice types, giving them a 50% defense boost in Snow, similar to the special defense boost Rock types have been gaining in Sand since Generation 4. This paired with Titan's massive 170 base HP stat means that there will be plenty of health left to be taking a hit or two after using Belly Drum. Titan doesn't have the best move pool, but covers important bases with priority Ice Shards, Earthquake, Play Rough, and Liquidation, allowing it to check its natural counters. With some more offensive threats drafted, it was time to think about utility again, and I got incredibly lucky landing Scizor next. Scizor is one of the few mons to keep access to Defog, as well as having a strong, Technician-boosted Bullet Punch and gaining Close Combat in Generation 9. These moves paired with a pivot option like U-Turn, or a setup option in Swords Dance, means that Scizor can both hit hard and provide essential utility for the team to relieve a bit of pressure on Great Tusk, or allow it to run a fully offensive set. Finally, we reach our Terra Captains. Similar to other leagues you may have seen, such as the PPL, Terastallizing is limited to Pokemon of 9 points and less, with all Captain's Point values combined to being 15 or less. The captains will have access to 3 Terra types, 1 coming from their natural typing, and 2 others coming from any typing that they would like. Our first Terra captain will be the very expensive car himself, Repavroom. I chose Terra types of Poison for powerful gunk shots, Fire to avoid being burned and access to a great Terra Blast type, as well as flying to become immune to ground type moves, giving us a free turn to set up. And set up Revavroom will. Revavroom has access to the extremely powerful move Shift Gear, both raising your attack by 1 stage and your speed by 2, allowing you to outspeed almost anything in the format after just 1 turn. Revavroom also has access to great natural typing and Steel Poison, allowing you to cruise past fairy types. Our second captain is tied for the fastest Pokemon in the format, Hisuian Electrode. Alongside its standard counterpart, they both have the massive speed stat of 150, as well as access to Volt Switch. So with identical base stats and abilities, why the Hisuian version over the standard? The addition of the Grass typing. This Grass typing allows for powerful new stab moves in Leaf Storm, Energy Ball, and Giga Drain, as well as making ground type moves neutrally effective instead of super effective. Terra types of Grass, Ice, and Fairy provide offensive pressure via stab moves or Terra Blast, depending on my opponent's team to allow us good damage on types that normally wall us like Ground, Grass, or Dragon types. Our final captain is Typhlosion. Sadly, I did not have enough points for the Hisuian version, but I'm still thrilled to get a Fire type on the team, able to Terra Fire, hold both Choice Specs or Scarf, and spam Eruption or Fire Blast until our opponent's team is turned to Ash. Other Terra options will be Ghost and Grass to allow for stronger Shadow Balls, or having a great defensive typing against Water and Ground types and being able to threaten back knockouts with Terra Blast. With our final point, I decided to uphold our team name and draft Gible. Why? Because I could. And Gible is amazing. Even if he never leaves the bench, he's going to be the best hype mon you've ever seen. And there you have it! Your 2023 Littleroot Landsharks have been assembled and are ready to take on the other 7 members of the league with our sights set on making playoffs. If you enjoy Draft League content, make sure you join the channel and follow along each week as we discuss team building, show off our weekly battle, as well as commentate on the remaining battles that week. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again here soon.